where the Max tracks ended up. We're up there in that hole. Okay, there is said sway bar bush. Welcome back to another video, guys. So today I've come back to the same place where I broke my car last time. You might have seen that a couple of videos ago, and I've already head down in preparation, but I'm going a bit of a different way this time. So I'm going a bit more directly to the hill, and it's actually my third time there. So the first time it was raining and it was just really slippery, so I decided to give it a miss. And the second time I went there, which was last time, you might have seen a couple of videos ago, I broke the rear control arm, and this time will be the third time. So third time lucky. Hopefully we get up there this time, but we're not there just yet. We're just around the corner though, nice and close. So yeah, I'm going to try and make this video a bit of a quick one. So let's get into it, and we'll see if we make it up this time. Alright, so we're back. We're about to attempt the hill again, and it's pretty good. It looks a little bit different to what it's looked like in the past video. I think it's rained a little bit, and a bit of the loose, really fine stuff's been washed away, so it looks a bit more bouldery and rocky, and a little more rutted. But we'll give it a crack, seeing as we're here, and this will be the third time, so hopefully we succeed. So you can see here the car's really struggling to get going. It is going ever so slowly, but after sitting for quite a while I was setting up the next shot and rearranging some rocks, that sort of thing, the top mount intercooler got a lot of heat soak, so you can really tell the difference when it's cool and when it's hot. Yeah, I think having some little thermo fans and some water spray would go a long way, or changing to a front mount intercooler, and it would make a big difference because the turbo really struggles to compress the really hot air. Like, it's so hot you can barely touch the intercooler after it's been sitting there for a while, after you've been off-road for a good stint. But yeah, it's something to remedy down the track at some stage. Just as I was getting out of the car to do some repacking and rearranging to have another crack, some motorbikes turned up. How you going, guys? Yeah, not bad. In a bit of a predicament, but I should be able to get out, hopefully. How you guys going?
Good, yeah. Left was swap one. I was going to say one.
I'm going to be here for a little while, so you guys can...
No, actually, yeah, do it.
I'm a bit stuck. I've got to get myself out, so you guys can zip past if you want.
If we can. No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. You need help or anything?
I should be alright. I've just got to move some shit around and maybe use some max tracks.
Yeah.
But I don't have a winch.
Let us know if you need help.
Thanks, man.
We're having a break anyway.
Nice. Those guys ended up being really nice. As you would have heard, they even offered to help me out, but I thought I'd be okay, so I just kept cracking on, and they had a little break and then headed off. Here you see me pouring a bit of water into my hood scoop and blowing a bit of the water over my intercooler. So just getting a bit of evaporative cooling going, and it actually makes a big difference. I've done it a couple of times in the past. Here you see me back at it again, having another crack, and wasn't successful. So got out, repacked the max tracks, put fresh rocks underneath it, and had another go again. And once again, another attempt without success. However, I repacked once again, put the blower on the intercooler to let it cool down, and just took a few steps back and had a little look, tried to figure out a better way. Figured I'd back the car down out of the hole a bit. I had to be very careful, couldn't go too far, otherwise I'd go right off the track. And anyway, repacked it again. If you keep an eye on all the wheels here, it's actually pretty impressive. The car's essentially trying to climb the hill with two wheels, the front right and the rear left, because the front left wheel is in the air spinning like crazy. It is being braked by the traction control. The right wheel's trying to climb the hill. Rear left wheel is spinning a decent amount with traction control helping it, and the rear right wheel is just going flat out. So pretty impressive for open front and rear diffs, and a car that's really just made for going to the shops and back. Anyway, I clearly wasn't getting anywhere on this path, so I had to back down very carefully so I wasn't going to slide off the track because I was right on the edge. And I chose a different line and gave it a proper crack. That last attempt was pretty wild. So I decided to tone things down a little bit and go back to relying on traction control, and you can actually see it working really well here. If you see the wheels getting braked and spinning, the wheels that are getting traction, it's pretty amazing. If I just held on a little bit longer, it probably would have pulled me through, but I just have to be careful of coming down on a wheel spinning really fast. I don't want to break a diff or a CV. We finally made it through. We got to the top of this crazy little hill climb. Now, keep in mind guys, it's always hard to show how steep it is on camera. This is definitely one of the hardest obstacles I've ever tackled in my little car. But yeah, it's very steep, and I was really surprised to make it through. But you see, traction control really does wonders when you keep the throttle steady and give it a chance to work. Well, I don't really know how I did that, but I got there. Far out. That was hard. Okay, these are where the Max tracks ended up. They were up there in that hole. The old Subi kicked him out of fairway. I don't really know how I got through there because I just kind of sent it. Managed to make it through without breaking anything, thankfully. But yeah, this was where my right hand rear wheel was struggling for traction. This was all dug out so deep I had to put all those rocks in there. It was just so soft I couldn't tell until I drove over it. It was just digging down in there. And at the same time my front left wheel was coming off the ground sort of, or having less weight on it just here. And then my front right wheel was trying to climb this. And it all probably looks pretty flat on camera, but this is pretty steep. And there she is up there. I'm going to have to cut a fair bit of that digging and filling them with rocks and stuff out because it would be boring, but I worked up a bloody good sweat. Running up, even just going up and down these hills a few times is enough to get me sweating, let alone moving all these rocks and digging and trying again and again. And then the adrenaline. Whew. Anyway, I think we finally did the hill. Finally, but it wasn't easy. If I had a rear locker, I think it would be a lot easier, but the traction control and sending it got me through just. Anyway, it's getting dark, so I better get out of here. Max tracks definitely played a role in saving me today. I have never burnt them up so badly. I've always been very careful with them, but I mean, that's what they're there for. They're there to be used. And unfortunately I just had to spin my wheels on them a fair bit, so I burnt a fair few lugs off, but that's alright, they got me out, and I've used these for years and years, countless times. But a few more uses like that, and I reckon I might have to get the Max Tracks Extremes with the metal lugs. But these ones got me through for now. So that's what the track looks like for the next section, and it's not any prettier. Super loose rocks, nice and steep and shaly. It's not much better than that section. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be trying that one, but it might not look that bad on camera, but it's probably as bad, if not worse, than the last one. So I wouldn't try it again without some more mods, winch or locker, maybe some mates to spot me and a couple of cars there. Anyway, got to get out of here, so try and make this a quick video. Ended up taking long. As you see, the sun's going down and I've got somewhere to be, so I better get out of here. Ah, geez. Well, we finally managed to conquer that hill. So I'm not really sure what sort of video this is going to be. I'm trying to make a quick little video, but there's quite a few long clips in there. I'm trying to trim it down and make it a bit of fun to watch. But anyway, we finally did it. There is a little knocking noise from my front end after this, but I think it's just a sway bar bush, which is interesting because I just replaced those. But I just had a look under there and it is dislodged, so not sure what happened there. It might be broken already, even though I just put brand new ones in and they were genuine ones. But yeah, I'll have a little look and fix that. But that's it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, a bit of torch testing of Subarus. Poor thing got a bit of a hard day today. But otherwise, yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff I do on my channel, like installations, DIYs, off-roading, camping, all that sort of stuff. Hoping to do a bit more camping and off-roading trips, not just like little one-day outings like this. But we'll see how we go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Okay, there is said sway bar bush, completely flogged out. Interesting, because it was brand new. It's already cracked completely, so may have hit it on something, but I don't think so, because it's much higher than my bash plate. But anyway, I've got to quickly try and get that to sit back in its little home. Fix it. Alright, little temporary fix. That should fix the clunky noises. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it's brand new bushing. Maybe it's just really old stock, been sitting around for a long time or something. Anyway, fixed. Let's go.